Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and welcome back to the Dr. Nick Show. So, today's going to be kind of a different video. Um, I don't really have anything to show you. I haven't got any recent purchases or anything. I just wanted to, just kind of talk about just, wrestling in general. I told you that I would like to kind of talk about different things every now and then. So, what is everybody's opinion on WWE ceasing manufacturing physical media? I mean, we've had VHS tapes going back all the way to, the days of WrestleMania 1. They talked about it a few years ago, getting rid of DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, but they've decided starting, in the new year, there won't be any. Everything will be, just on the network itself, the Peacock network. I still collect physical media. I still have DVDs. I still have Blu-rays. I still collect the Coliseum video, the WCW tapes. I'm just a relic of the past. I'm 38 years old, and you're not going to change me just buying digital stuff. It's just not going to happen. It kind of reminds me of that line from Clerks 2 where, he's talking to Dante, and he's like, Randall's talking to Dante, and he's like, sometimes I feel, the world just kind of passed us by a long time ago. And I kind of think that about myself, where, people my age are really starting to gravitate to things from their past. And it could be a good or bad thing. I still listen to the same music as I used to. I still watch a lot of the same movies that I grew up with. I mean, I watch a lot of new stuff too, but all in all, I have iTunes, I have streaming services, but I still collect physical media. Sony, not too, recently took some stuff off of their network that people had purchased. And like I've said before, you don't own something when you buy it digitally. They could take it away at any time. You download it, they could take it away. If you buy it in a physical form, it's yours. You bought it. Whether it's a game, a movie, a program, for software, whatever it is, that is yours. You bought it. If you download a game and they decide to pull that game, it's done. If for some reason they discontinue the service to provide that game, that's a different story. Like the online stuff that they have to where you can play certain games. If they discontinue the servers, then, that's it. But if let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you download Mario Kart 8 and they decide to take it away at any point. It's gone. That money you paid is now gone. They're not going to refund you. They're not going to give you diddly squat. If you go out and you buy that game, put it onto your system, it's yours. So, a lot of people went digital because it was convenient. And I've purchased things digitally a few times. I just prefer having the actual physical game in my possession. Some people have went digital to save space. Sometimes they offer discounts on buying it digitally, or extra add-ons if you buy it digitally. You can get it earlier, sometimes a few days, versus buying it in the store. And that's okay too. I don't really know the statistics of the physical media of WWE. Like, what has there been a loss with the acquisition of them and the TKO company? that owns UFC, when they merged, they let go of a lot of people corporately. They let go of some of the talent. I'll be interested to see what they do in the new year. What changes will be made. The UFC pay-per-views are still very expensive. Will they take the premium live events, as they call them now, off the network and make you pay more? I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be an increase in the subscription service of Peacock. There may be. I know growing up when we watched the pay-per-views, and we didn't watch very many of them. If we did, it was a handful of my friends. We'd get together and we would split the cost. I think the regular pay-per-views were like $40, and then like the Manias were like 50 or 60. I mean, they were pretty pricey. Most of the time, we had to wait for them to come out in the stores, or mostly what we did was we rented them from our local rental place growing up. It was known as Old Town Video, and of course Blockbuster had quite a few too, but Old Town Video had one of the largest selections of wrestling VHS I had ever seen. Blockbuster had a lot. I ended up purchasing quite a few of the tapes when it went out of business, because unfortunately, rental places are kind of the thing of the past. Now, Blockbuster only has one location. A lot of the mom and pop places are gone. We had Family Video declare bankruptcy. We had 2 Old Town Video locations, and we also had a smaller place called Westville Video. And a lot of towns had their own little mom and pop places. I'd love to go in there. Especially on Friday nights, we were allowed to, pick up a handful of VHS tapes, because they weren't very much. They were $1.25, $1.50, something like that. And that's where I got most of my, wrestling knowledge, was renting these tapes of WCW and the WWF Coliseum video compilations and the pay-per-views. And, sometimes I'd rent them multiple times, because that's all we had, because we didn't have Raw yet. We didn't have Nitro. We had WCW. They would air certain stuff. The Saturday night's main event. And then, like Superstars. But, I mean, like, we didn't have wrestling every single week like we do now. We have multiple shows. So it was very different back then. Sometimes I miss those times. I do. It was very interesting. But we shall see what happens. It's kind of sad to see it. I still collect them. I still go to places like thrift stores and Disc Replay to get, like, I've been collecting a lot of the TNA pay-per-views lately, which Impact has now gone back to knowing as being TNA, which is great. So we shall see what happens. It's interesting. Best Buy announced that starting in the new year, they will no longer have physical media. Target has scaled down their selection. Walmart still has quite a bit. So was everything going to move to Amazon, or is it still going to, we're going to have to buy everything online now? I hope not. I don't know. Some things are nice technology-wise. Some things are, convenient. But sometimes convenience takes away a lot of the cool things about, music and movies. I used to go, it is cool now to be able to get on Apple Music and pay a monthly fee and, have basically almost every album at your fingertips. It is neat to have. But, I don't know. I'm sad for this state of affairs. It kind of sucks. It makes me very sad to see this. Can't stop it. I mean, technology moves as fast and things got to change. And I'm not a good person that deals with change very well. So, but thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody for liking the videos. Leave comments down below. What do you think about it? And I will see you all later.